It's time to look at the Giants' edge players on the Giants Huddle podcast, brought to you by Citizens, the official bank of the Giants. I am John Schmeelk. We continue to talk to Giants players at different position groups. Today, it's the edge groups, the defensive ends, the outside linebackers that rush the passer, whatever you want to call them. The Giants have some really good players at that spot, including new acquisition Brian Burns, who will lead us off. Now we're joined by Giants defensive end, edge rusher, outside linebacker, take your pick, whatever. He gets it after the quarterback. He's Brian Burns. Brian, what's up, man?
What's going on?
So we talked when you got here. It was a very exciting time, but you really had no idea what you're in for in terms of learning the system, being a Giant. What has the last couple months been like for you?
It's been good. I'm just getting settled in, with everything that's going on, finding a place, getting used to the guys, getting used to the area. But other than that, man, everything's been smooth sailing.
Real estate in the area is not the funnest thing in the world, is it?
Nah, it's not, but we're going to make it work.
You have to make it work. You have to live somewhere, right? What has it been like trying to learn Shane Bowen's system?
It's been simple. Honestly, I feel like he's allowing us to play fast. He's keeping everything pretty much. He explains it very well. But he's keeping everything pretty simple, especially for the front guys, so we can really get out to the quarterback. We don't have to worry about too much of a scheme.
Interesting. It's funny. I see you and Kayvon always next to each other working drills, right? If you guys are working with the pads, you're holding it for him, he's holding it for you. I just feel like your body types are so similar. Yeah. Do you guys, as you work and you compare notes, do you really feel like you guys can kind of learn and feed off each other based on just your body types being so similar?
Definitely. I've always thought we were pretty similar in that aspect. We just have certain different traits.
Yeah, sure.
That I may do better than him and he may do better than me. But that's where we're going to make our game complete, because we can take each other's strong suits and put it to our own game.
As someone that's been in the league, what are some of the things, as a guy who's still young and he's only heading into his third year, still figuring things out, that you think you can teach him to help him take the next step as a player?
Man, honestly, the thing with the league is so tricky. The main things that you can keep consistent, I would say keep consistent. Just because every year is different. Every game is different. Every matchup is different. But sure, as far as really taking care of your body and being as fresh as possible, that's the main thing I would say. The best ability is availability. So if you're on the field and you're fresh, that guy across from you is tired, most likely you're gonna win that matchup.
I remember when you got here, we talked about, and I kind of asked you, do you think you kind of fit in a Bowen system? You're like, well, I'm not really that familiar with it yet. And I mentioned that, I think there's going to be situations where you can really get in that wide nine and get after the quarterback. Now that you've been in it, or do you see some of those opportunities that you're going to have to get after the quarterback? Definitely
in the third and long, second and long area. We're definitely going to be pinning our ears back and getting after it. It's not too much of not too much drop back. That's what I like. It's not too much dropping back into coverage and playing zones. I'd rather get after the quarterback, so that's what I like.
Have you thought at all about maybe what some of the pass rush packages might look like, where you, Kayvon, Azeez, and Dexter can all be on the field at the same time?
That's a dangerous combo.
Where are you all going to go?
Where are we going to go? To the quarterback.
Well, it's funny. I had Z's here, and I joked with him. So you guys in a fight over which one of you has to go into the three technique or not?
We don't know. We don't know who's going to do that yet, but I know it's not me. I'll pull the vet card in that case.
And I'm sure the other two guys will say the same thing, by the way. What is it about this defense specifically, the personnel in this system, that has you most excited as we head towards training camp?
I'm really excited about the youth we have on this defense. We have a lot of young guys. The oldest guys in the starting lineup is me and Dex and Bobby. We're all in our 6th year. So that being said, there's guys that we're flying around, and being that young, it should be a ton of energy on the field, So that's what I'm really excited about.
Brian, this was fun, man. Always good talking to you, dude.
Appreciate you, man.
See you in training camp.
For sure.
You're ready for a change. Payday comes early with Citizens, so go to that retreat. New you moves to the country. Now you're raising goats and launching a lifestyle brand. Are you ready for all that life brings?
Football is coming, and so is the next college semester. If you need funding, a Citizens student loan could help you pay for 100% of your school certified cost. Get your rate quote in about 2 minutes at citizensbank.com/payforcollege. Now we're joined by Giants edge player, Boogie Basham. Boogie, how are you, man?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Do you prefer edge player? Do you like defensive end? Do you like outside linebacker? What do you like?
I prefer defensive end.
You like defensive end?
Yeah.
All right, so this defense is a little bit different, right? I went back when Shane Bowen got here. I watched a lot of the Tennessee stuff from last year. And there was a lot of even man front but there is some odd man stuff too. Do you guys expect you to be more 4-man front, 3-man front? What do you think we're going to see the most of as you guys kind of hit the field here for training camp?
I expect for training camp, we just putting in the basics now, just doing our basic 4-man front right now. But I feel like once training camp comes, that's when the defense is going to start to evolve. We start putting more stuff in, learning the defense a little bit better than what we are now. Right now we just kind of introducing it, but once training camp comes, that's like when you actually got to implement it, put it in, and make it work.
Is this more similar to what you had in Buffalo, or more similar to what you've done the last year here with Wing? Probably the Buffalo stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely Buffalo, just the 4-man down, basically the scheme a little bit, movements, everything else, pretty much the same as Buffalo.
What are, for guys at your position playing that kind of edge defensive end spot, what are some of the keys to being good in this system playing that position?
I'll say in this system, it's just basically getting knocked back. When you get that overreach by the tackle or tight end, just knocking them up the field, making a running back bounce his feet, because the cavalry's coming regardless. As long as you knock your man back, keep your head in your gap, because you playing peekaboo, it's going to mess up the linebackers and ultimately can mess up the run fit, stuff like that.
Now, I got to imagine, too, you're going to have less blitzing probably in this system, right?
Yeah.
But when you got a front with Dexter Lawrence, you, Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, Azeez Ojulari, that probably makes you feel a lot more comfortable not having the blitz, right? Because you guys got the bodies that can kind of get home winning one-on-one, right?
Yeah, like to me, that's way better than blitzing because, if you can beat them with your base 4-man front, then why do you need a blitz, really? That's our biggest asset, I would say, is defensive line. Dex in the middle, one of the best defensive linemen in the NFL. So it's like you got to cater to what your players can do. And I feel like that's a big step for us. Like I said, training camp, that's when we're going to start putting more in. Every team has a blitz, of course, but it's good that it's minimal right now. How
do you feel like the defense has picked up Shane Bowen's system? How is it coming along? And we're recording this middle of June.
I'll say it came on pretty fast. We going through OTAs at these practices. There's really not many mental errors. Everybody's first time in this defense ultimately. So it's like, there's going to be mess ups here and there, but ultimately, like, everybody's doing their job, picking it up. Like, the person behind them is doing the same thing of not making the same mistake the guy ahead of them made. So I feel like that's what helps us learn all together as a group.
Can't wait to see it, Boogie. Appreciate the time, man.
Yes, sir, for sure.
You love turf. You're good at it. So you start a turf biz. Business grows, your savings grow. Become the most celebrated name in turf. Are you ready for all that life brings?
Now we're joined by Giants edge rusher Azeez Ojulari. Azeez, how are you, man?
What's up? I'm good. How you doing?
All right, most importantly, and this is what fans, I think, want to know, how's your body feeling, man? Are you healthy?
Yeah, I'm healthy. I'm good. Yes, sir. I'm ready to go. I'm feeling good. And, I'm just ready to work.
I know last year was frustrating for you.
Sure.
What are some of the things you did this offseason? I think we had the same conversation last offseason in the same day about things that you've done to try to keep the body healthy.
Man, just trying to stay on top of weight, things I eat, and, just
yoga stuff like that too.
Yoga stuff, extra stretching, just being conscious about everything, really, all in.
Do you think the addition of Brian Burns, where now maybe you don't have to play 80% of the snaps, might take something a little bit off and help you stay healthy a little bit more?
Yeah, for sure. Adding B was huge, man. He's a great player, man. So I can't wait to just keep learning from him and just competing with him every day and just keep getting each other better.
What has it been like being around him?
It's great.
He's a vet, but he's a young vet.
He's a
you know
young
what
one
I mean?
too. Yeah, just soaking up all his knowledge and adding it to my game and just improving every day. Seeing how he do things so smooth and effortlessly is you want to just mimic the things he do too, and at a good pace. So it's great.
Now, from the outside looking in, and you can correct me, I feel like this system, the way they kind of spread that defensive line out, and they got you just smiling already. They got you out in that wide 9, you get one-on-one opportunities with tackles. I imagine this fits your pass rushing skill set pretty well. No?
For sure, yeah, definitely. I love it. It's gonna be good.
Specifically,
sure.
Why?
Because you get the chance to have a one-on-one with the tackle. We all want to have a one-on-one opportunity. That's one of the biggest things we want. And once you get that opportunity, it's obviously going to be way more than once. It's going to be numerous times you get the chance to just go defeat your opponent and try to get to the quarterback. And, we always want to get that ball out too when we get there.
Absolutely. What is it about Shane Bowen and the way he teaches things that you like?
Man, I love it. He's an outside backers guy also. So he focuses in, he hones in on the details and the little things, just to hone in on your whole game, to improve you as a player. And he's always pushing us, and he's honest, and so it's great learning from him.
And new position coach too, Charlie Bullen. What is it like learning from him?
Oh yeah, it's great, man. He's every day he wants you to get better. He's in our individual, he love individual. That's his big thing. He pushes us every day out there. Like we're getting after it, and we're seeing improvements in our games so far here.
How good can this pass rush be as a group?
It'll be phenomenal, man. Sky's the limit.
Do you see a situation where it could be you, Dex, Kayvon, and Burns all out there together on the same play all third and long?
Definitely, for sure. I can see that happening.
Now you guys are gonna fight. Sure. Which one? Now which one of you guys have to go inside to the 3 technique in that spot? I know you guys want to be outside.
At that point, man, it don't matter as long as we get to that quarterback and affect them. I feel like if we're all out there, it's gonna be a high chance that will happen.
We can't wait to see it. Azeez, good stuff, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's a look at the Giants edge players on the Giants Huddle podcast, brought to you by Citizens, the official bank of the Giants. I am John Schmeelk. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time, everybody.